The only information I have is what the gossipy middle-aged mom down the street told me. She's in her 90s and she was a surgeon before she retired. This is what she said. Last March, my wife and I moved into our first home, a quiet suburban neighborhood in the Midwest backing up to a few hundred acres of woods. The cul-de-sac has about 10 homes and mine is at the very top of the street. Everyone here is great, but there's something off with my elderly neighbor. The first thing I notice is that she never has any lights on when she's home. Every night the house remains pitch black and I can see her looking through the window that faces our home. I swear she's looking at us every night. I first attempt to speak with her a week after we moved in. I don't know her name, so I call her Agnes. It seems fitting. Agnes was in her yard at the edge of her lawn near the sidewalk, just standing still. I was walking my dog and we made our way past Agnes's home. My hand tensed on the leash as my dog lunged towards her. He absolutely lost his mind when he saw Agnes. My little beagle who loves everyone turned into a feral beast as he snarled and snapped at her. I grabbed my dog and held him as I attempted to calm him down. Luckily, we were still a good 20 feet away from Agnes. I am so sorry, I said. I have no idea what got into him. He usually loves everyone. I waited for her response. It legitimately never came. I was able to get a good look at her. She was small and thin with snow white hair and gray eyes. Baggy blue pants and a long brown coat covered her small frame. I have since figured out that this is only the outfit she wears every single day. I spoke again. Really, I'm sorry, he doesn't bite, but regardless, I never let him off the leash. Still, nothing. She continued to stare. After a few awkward seconds, Agnes took a few steps backward and picked up a long object that had been hiding in the tall grass of her lawn. It was a shovel. She picked it up by the handle and pointed the rusty metal spade at me and then to my dog. I had said, as I had no idea what to say to that. Sorry again, I said, and I walked away. It is not just my dog that does this, it's every dog that sees Agnes. Whether it's the usual neighborhood dogs or ones from the nearby subdivisions, they all go crazy, barking and launching towards her. Agnes continues to stand there, sometimes armed with a shovel. For this I feel badly for her. For all I know, she was attacked in the past, and it just amazes me that I have yet to see a dog act normally around her. The second oddity happened a few months ago around 5 a.m. I woke up early on a Saturday morning to start barbecuing. I noticed Agnes down the street. She was outside another neighbor's house digging through their trash. Although that is strange in itself, it is not what shocked me. Whenever I see Agnes in the middle of the day, she's walking slowly, hunched over, and usually with the help of her walker. Now this morning, she was moving fine without it and fast, like really fast. Agnes was jogging around the trash cans with the agility of someone in their early 20s. What she did next truly stunned me. A neighbor had thrown an old wooden bookcase. I saw Agnes bend down to grab it. Please don't hurt yourself, I whispered to myself. I started walking towards her to give her a helping hand. She lifted the bookcase like it was nothing. I simply don't understand how this old woman could have managed it. She was most likely 90 pounds soaking wet. As soon as she saw me walking towards her, she dropped it. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I was just seeing if you needed help, I had said. Of course she didn't respond. She simply looked at me, then slowly limped towards her house as if she lost the ability of the youthful movement I had just seen. I had picked up the bookcase and walked it over to the curb. It weighed a ton. Things got serious when someone broke in. I really thought it was Agnes. My wife and I returned home one night after hanging out at a friend's house. We had the dog with us as well as three of us waked, and I could feel that something was wrong. My suspicion was verified as I entered my bedroom. 2 human-shaped lumps were under the sheets. In a panic, I pulled the sheets back and prepared to strike with the bat. I held in the other hand pillows and clothes. That's all I found. Someone had placed them there in order to look like bodies. It was both terrifying and perplexing. I had raced down to the kitchen to check the footage of my security camera. The lens faces my front door and the kitchen. The only motion it recorded was the quick flash of someone walking just out of the camera's range. Someone wearing blue and brown. Needless to say, I changed the locks. I didn't change them when we first moved in. She may have had a spare key from the former owner of our home. Since there was no broken glass or lock, she just must come through the side door, the door that faces Agnes's house. The latest incident takes the cake, literally. Last night I found that my wife is pregnant and we haven't told anyone yet. We were planning on having a big reveal for our family and friends this weekend. I opened the door this morning and noticed something on the porch. There was a cake, or what used to be a cake. It was disgusting, covered in green mold with unlit black candles stuck in the rotting icing. Next to the cake was an old rag, frayed red hair and black button eyes. I picked up the doll and looked over towards Agnes's house. She was outside staring at me and digging a small hole with that goddamn shovel.